What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and today I've got a new product I want to do a quick overview of. But first, I'm going to go ahead and empty out my pockets for the night. So, same pocket pouch, same contents, nothing new or removed from that. That goes in the back right pocket. In the back left, I've got my field notes and G2 Mini, still the same. Olight i3T, i3T2. This is not new, but I swapped out my Flytanium crossfade brass scales from my bug out, and this is a custom bug out I made in the shop a while back. So got my nickname on there and the lightning bolt on the front that I think is really cool, and I've got the brass thumb studs on there. Swapped them out from the brass scales just because got bored the other night and my ADHD kicked in, got bored, didn't know what else to do. My wife was out for the night with a friend and kids were in bed, so got bored, swapped out the scales. And I think, and I did this last time too, I put the brass scales on. Sorry, quick side note. I originally had the flat brass scales from Flytanium. Had an issue with them. One of the screw holes was stripped on it. So I sent them back and they said, do you want to replace with the flat ones, or do you want the crossfade scales that we've got? And I thought, give me the crossfade. Those it was new. Those had just come out when they had emailed me and asked me that. So I said, give me the crossfade. We'll try those out. They are kind of cool, but I think I would have preferred just the original flat brass ones like I had originally. But I noticed that if I've got the brass scales on them and I swapped them back and forth quite a bit, I don't carry it as much with the brass scales. I love how it looks. I just don't carry it as much. The weight of the handle with the brass scales compared to how light and small the blade is just kind of seems thrown off a little bit, and I don't know, just personal preference. So I went back and forth a lot, and then I just recently the other night put these scales back on and kind of forgot how much I liked carrying this. So got the original scales back on. Gonna carry this for a little bit. Great knife though. I love this bug out. It's the only custom knife I've ever had, or from the custom shop rather. So like how this turned out. I'm gonna carry this for a little bit. So enough about that. Benchmade bug out. What else? Same watch. Casio World Time. Still enjoying this watch. Like the looks of it. But the new product that I just got in today that I'm trying out, if you didn't notice, my Armored Summit is empty, is I got or picked up the Alpacka Gear Zip Pouch. I've been doing watching a lot of reviews, looking at a lot of their stuff on their website and their products, and wanted to try something out. This was on a flash sale on Amazon 2 days ago, and without even thinking, just threw it in the cart and got it. And so I decided to get this one instead of the Zip Pouch Pro for a couple reasons, and that's why I've got these out. The Zip Pouch Pro, has the pockets on the front and back for, knives, lights, whatever, just additional carry things. And at first I thought about picking that one up. But then I realized it's an extra $10, not a big deal. But I didn't want to pay more for something that I realized I probably wasn't going to use, because I've had wallets before or EDC pouches before, and I didn't like carrying that wallet style with tools inside of it, like this one. Actually, this one I had first. I know it's not the wallet, but I carried this in the pocket with my wallet. Had a light, knife, and a pen, and I didn't use it. I didn't like it. Seemed like it was too much for me. So then I thought I'll try something that is, just a little slip for a wallet and can carry two small things. I found this on Amazon and picked this up, and I carried a Victorinox Bantam and my Fisher Space pen in here, and I don't know, either I didn't give it enough time to get used to it, or just didn't like it overall. So I didn't like having all my cards in there, and then it got too tight whenever I put the knife and the pen in there, and it was hard to pull pins out, or hard to pull out my cards or ID, and I thought it was just too much in one spot. So that's where this came in, because it was the minimalist style that I liked, but it was just the wallet, just the cards. There was obviously no pouches or slots for other knives, tools, pins, anything like that. So that is why I decided to go with just the pouch, not the Pro. And so, because I know if I got the Pro version, I would throw a knife in there, I'd throw a light or a pin in there, and then it would probably drive me nuts, because it would be too bulky. Just after the experience with these two items, I think it would just be too bulky, even though it would be cool to have all of that in one spot, in one pocket, and it would free up, the light being in my left pocket, the knife being in my right pocket, and then a pin in my back pocket or in my shirt or wherever. So that's my personal reasons why I decided to go with just the zip pouch, because I only wanted it for the wallet. And so I think a couple of pros off of this already that I like is the material feels pretty good. I like the sealed zippers on there. It's supposed to be, water resistant, which is cool. And something else I thought of, which was never really a problem with my Armored Summit, but I know for a fact I'm not going to lose any cards in this. Again, never had that issue with the Summit. Nothing, cards never slipped out or slid out or anything like that. But if I had my ID out or card out, then it was a little bit loose, but just for that brief moment that I had the card out. So not a knock on the Summit at all, because I'd never had that issue with the card sliding out. However, I do know, obviously, when this is zipped up, there is zero chance of any cards or IDs or money or anything sliding out. And right now, all I've got in there is what was in my Summit, and that is got 3 IDs on this side, military ID, driver's license, and my FOID card for Illinois. And then on this side, I've got my 3 cards, a couple credit cards and a debit card. And that's all I've got in it for right now. I think that I could probably throw a couple of my business cards in here. And then I would probably throw any cash that I carry in this front pocket. So I do like this overall. I love the black and orange. So I was able to keep the same color wave as my Armored Summit. Not the exact same color, but this is also pretty dirty and worn a little bit. But I like the black and orange colorway that I was able to keep that. I like the zippers on it. They seem pretty solid. And yeah, I mean, it's got the little loop over here for a carabiner or a clip or something like that. I saw some of the accessories on Alpacka's website that you can get to hang your wallet on that look pretty cool. Probably nothing I'd ever use, but it looked nice. So this is it overall, the Alpacka Slim Pouch, and really like it a lot. Just kind of initial impressions. Like I said, it's good, got a good material. It's still, even though it's obviously much bigger, lot more space taken up in the pocket. It's super thin. I mean, it's as thin as the Armored Summit, even with the zipper on there. So it's not like it's super wide and bulky. It's just taking up more real estate, but very slim, very flat. Unless I throw 20 more cards and some cash in there, even then, looks like it would hold up pretty well and not be too bulky. So this is it. This is new to the EDC lineup, and it feels weird not carrying this one, because if you've watched any of my videos, I go on and on and on about the Armored Summit, but the boredom kicked in. Wanting to try something new kicked in. Plus, it was just a great flash sale on Amazon, so couldn't really pass it up. So we'll see how long this stays in my pocket. Hopefully for a little bit, just to try something new, and if not, probably go back to the Armored Summit pretty quick. But overall, first impressions, it seems pretty solid, pretty well put together. And like I said, I like the zippers and the water resistant material that it has on there. Yeah, that's really about it. So that's all I've got for today. We'll see how long I keep this current setup, but that's really the beauty of EDC, is being able to switch things up, change things out, whether you get bored and swap it out every week, or whether you stay consistent and keep the same gear for a year, 2 years, 10 years. I think that's what I love about EDC and about the EDC community is there's always something new to try. There's always new gear, always different types of gear, lots of different things to try and trial and error. And this is just one example of that. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you've got any questions or comments on the Alpacka Gear Zip Pouch, let me know. I would definitely, again, initial impressions, would recommend it for a small wallet pouch, and try to do a maybe a 1 week or maybe 1 month review. We'll see how long it lasts, but whenever I decide, if or when I decide to go back to the Armored Summit or swap this out again, I'll do a review at that point of how long I carried it, why I'm swapping back. Could it just be boredom? Could be because I don't like it. We'll find out. But do a review at that point after I've carried it for a little bit. And again, leave some comments down below on what you guys think, if any of you have this versus the Pro version with the outside pockets. And I would love to hear from you all. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.